But what does friendship have to do with our scripture tonight? There are two individuals in our scripture, in our Ramayana, who they are the best of friends. I'll give you a hint. One name is Prabhu Shri Ram. Who do you think is the other? Hanumanji. Hanumanji was not only a bhakta of Prabhu Shri Ram, but Hanumanji meant everything to Prabhu Shri Ram. Hanumanji was that friend who was not only a lifelong friend, but was that friend who was almost like his best friend. That one person who Shri Ram could have always counted on was Hanumanji. In all the dark times, in all the times of crisis, in all the times of pain and suffering, Hanuman Baba was there for Shri Ram. And I want to ask you something tonight. When you finally find a good friend in your life, what should you do? Tell me. When you finally find a good friend in your life, what should you do? Starts with letter A. Appreciate them. When you finally find a good friend in your life, appreciate them. Cherish them. Treasure them. Value them. Love them. Respect them. And that is what Hanumanji and Shri Ram shared. They shared an appreciation, they shared a love, they shared a bond, they shared a togetherness, they shared a respect, they shared a union with one another. And tonight I'm going to show you how that friendship started and the beauty of that friendship. Can you do me a favor? Somebody told me today that they believe the love for Hanumanji is dying. And I said I don't think so. But sometimes a little doubt may play on my mind. So I want you to just prove me correct and prove that person wrong. Right where you are, chant for me. Jai Rama, Shri Rama, Jaya Jaya Rama. Together, Shri Rama. Beautiful. Bolo Jai Rama, Shri Bala Shri Rama Jaya Jai Rama Shri Rama Jaya Jaya Rama Shri Rama Jaya Jaya Bala Jai Rama Shri Jaya Bala Shri Rama Rama Bolo Jaya Jaya Rama Bolo Jaya. Beautiful. Loudly and proudly, Shri Ramachandra ki Jai. Indeed, the love for Prabhu Shri Ram and Hanuman is still there. Excellent job, Popo. Very good. So, we begin where Sugriv, he sits on the mountain called the Rishimukh, and he lives there in fear. He lives there in crisis. He lives there with doubt in his mind, with worry in his heart. Always very anxious, always very nervous. Why? Because Sugriv and his brother, they are not on the best of terms. And Sugriv and his brother having a disagreement. They had a beautiful, very vicious, very fierce battle in which Sugriv is now hiding from his brother. It is said Sugriv, staying in the Rishimukh mountain, it was the only place where his brother couldn't come, because his brother had a curse that if he stepped foot there, he would perish. So Sugriv, hiding on that mountain, he lived there with a lot of fear, a lot of doubt. And one day, while residing on that mountain, it is said Prabhu Shri Ram and Lakshman, they were walking through that forest region in search of Sita Devi. Sita Devi, she was now taken away from Shri Ram by Ravan. And Shri Ram and Lakshman, they are searching for her. Very worried, very nervous, very scared. And while they are searching, Sugriv, he sees them. And the moment Sugriv sees them, he gets very frightened. He gets very worried and he starts to think, I wonder if these two individuals who are walking are friends to my brother Bali. I wondered if they walk for my brother Bali. I wonder if they are the ministers of my brother Bali. I wonder if they are part of the army of my brother Bali. And I wonder if they are searching for me. I wonder if they are looking for me to fight with me. I wonder if they are trying to drag me back to Bali to continue this war, continue this fight. And Sugriv, sitting on that mountain, very much scared, he looks at Hanumanji. And looking at Hanumanji, he says, "Oh Hanuman, my friend, I want you to do me a favor. I want you to go where these two individuals are walking. Disguise yourself and find out who they are. When you find out who they are, the moment they belong to the corner of my brother Bali, the moment they belong in the circle of my brother Bali, give me the signal and I will run." These were the words of Sugriv. So looking at Hanumanji, he said, "Hanuman, disguise yourself and go. Find out if these people are involved with Bali or if they are on their own. And once they are involved in Bali, make sure you give me the signal, the sign, so that I can leave." Sugriv, my dear devotees, asking Hanuman to do him this favor, it showed the friendship that they shared. You will never ask somebody who you don't trust to do you a favor, correct? Yes or no? Will you ever ask somebody who you don't trust to do you a favor, yes or no? No, you will only ask the people you trust. It is said one of the foundations of friendship is trust. And I was explaining this at the Bharataria Vishnu Mandir a couple of days ago. Trust can take years to build, yet trust can take only seconds to destroy. And your friendships that you have today, you are strong in that friendship because it is built on trust. You are only friends with somebody once you can trust them, once you can count on them, once you can rely on them. Nobody wants somebody in their life who is untrustworthy. Nobody wants anybody in their life who is unreliable. Nobody wants anybody in their life who they cannot count on. And Sugriv asking Hanumanji for this favor, it shows that he could have trusted him. How many of you sitting here tonight, you trust your friends? How many of you, when you are facing dark moments, you can turn to your friend and tell them exactly what you are facing and guarantee what you are telling them will stay between both of you? How many of you have friends, the moment you tell them something in this ear, it comes out this mouth. The moment you share your vulnerable moments with them, they let everybody know. That is not a friend to have. That is an untrustworthy friend. And many of you in your dark moments, many of you in your times of crisis, that is where you see if you can trust your friend. When you look at your friend and you tell them something that you are dealing with and you hear it on the outside, that is when you know your friend have failed you. And I'm seeing some smiles and shaking heads, because you know what? Many of you sitting here tonight would have been betrayed by your friends. Many of you would have told your friend something in private and you heard it in the public. That is the reality of life today. Not everybody is like Hanuman. Not everybody you can count on and rely on. But Sugriv, he believed in Hanuman. He trusted in Hanuman. He had faith in Hanuman that Hanuman Baba would not betray him. He had faith that when Hanumanji goes to these two individuals to find out who they are, he would give the signal if to run, if to hide or not. And looking at Hanuman, he says, Go Hanuman, and return to me if I should trust these individuals or if I should hide and run from these individuals. Hanumanji, he goes disguised as a Brahman, and he goes to where Shri Ram and Lakshman are walking. And the moment he goes to where Shri Ram and Lakshman they are walking, he asks one question. And that one question is a question that many people dread to answer. And you know the question Hanumanji asked? Looking at Shri Ram, looking at Lakshman, he put his hands together and he said, Who are you? Who are you? And I want to ask you something. If somebody is to look at you and they ask you, Who are you? What will you tell them? Many of us, the first thing you will say, well, my name is X, Y, and Z, and Yeah, that's about it. How many of you would do that? Who are you? I want you to think about the question Hanumanji is asking. It's a basic question, but it's a question that many people in the world today can't answer. If I am to ask my little goddaughter there, I say, Popo, who are you? If I am to come by you and I ask, who are you? Reg, if I come by you and I say, Reg, who are you? What will you tell them? When you go for an interview, sometimes your employer or the person that is interviewing you will look at you and they will say, well, who are you? Tell me something about yourself. And you will say, well, my name is Ajay Rambally. I am a student of the University of the West Indies. I have my degree in politics and psychology. And they will watch you and say, well, I know, I see it on your resume. They know that. I am telling them things they already know. They already know who I am. They already know what school I go. They already know what degree I am pursuing. Who are you? This is what Hanumanji is asking. Who are you? And I am asking you this. If I am to take this mic and I come by any one of you, what will you tell me about yourself? What makes you unique? What makes you special? What makes you stand out? What makes you different from the person next to you? You have a name, they have a name. You have an education, they have an education. You went to school, they went to school. What makes you different? Vikash, who are you? Vayu, who are you? What will you tell them? So before I came here, I was performing at the Dattatraya and I was asked the question for my introduction. They said, Baba, tell us, who are you? And I said, well, I am Pundit Ajay Rambally, Pundit of the Sanatan Dharma Mahasabha. And I said, Babs, well, yeah. And I even was stunned. That's all. That's all I could have said. And that's all many of us might be able to say. Hanumanji is asking it in a basic way. He's asking Shri Ram and Lakshman who they are. He wants to know their name. He wants to know where they come from. But I am asking you from a sense that is deeper. Who are you? When you leave this world behind, what will you be remembered for? When somebody asks the question, who are you? Many of times they probably know your name. Many of times they know where it is you walk. They want to know something deeper about you. Who are you? I am a propagator of Dharma. Who are you? I am a person who stands up for what is right. Who are you? I am a person who does charity. Who are you? I am a person who fights the battles of everyone in my life. I do not allow anyone to be alone. Who am I? I am a good friend. Who am I? I am a warrior on the battlefield of life. Who am I? I am a person who you can count on. Who am I? I am a trustworthy person. That is who we are. You have something in you that makes you unique. And whenever you are to be asked the question, who are you? Look within yourself and see exactly what you're about. If you're a person who can stand tall in this cruel world, say it. If you're a person who walks tirelessly without giving up, say it. If you're a person who loves to commit, loves to sacrifice, say it. If you're a person who will cross the ocean for somebody, say it. That is who you are. We all have traits, we all have talents, we all have skills, we all have abilities that make us unique. And every day that you live on this world, you are resting your footprint that will remain forever. Make sure the footprint that you put onto this earth is a footprint where people knew exactly who you were. And they don't ask, who is that person? Live your life to make an impact. Live your life to make a difference. Live your life to bring out something different, to bring out some positive change in the society. Who are you? Think about it. Hanumanji is asking Shri Ram, who are you? In the most basic of ways. And Shri Ram and Lakshman, listening to the words of Hanuman, he continues to say, tell me, who are you both? You both are so beautiful, one very dark in color, one very fair-skinned. You have no slippers on your feet. You are walking the hard ground of the forest barefooted. Who are you? Where have you come from? Why did you leave wherever it is you left to walk on this hard ground of this forest, to face the heat of the sun, to face the coldness of the winds, to face the torment of the rains? Who are you? And Shri Ram and Lakshman, looking at Hanumanji, they said, my friend, I am Ram. This is my brother Lakshman. We are the sons of Dashrath. We have come from Ayodhya and we are in search of Sita Devi. And Shri Ram and Lakshman, they started to explain who they were to Hanumanji. And Hanumanji, hearing the words coming out of their mouths and hearing their names, Hanumanji, tears started to fall from his eyes. And you know what he did? He immediately started to apologize for not recognizing the Lord. He immediately started to apologize for not acknowledging that Shri Ram is standing in front of him. Hanumanji, he begins to cry, he begins to express his sorrow for failing to realize that Bhagwan was standing in front of him. And Hanumanji, shedding his disguise, shedding the Brahman disguise he had, he held on to the feet of Prabhu Shri Ram with tears flowing from his eyes. My dear devotees, many of times in your life and in my life, somebody good will be standing in front of you and you may not realize it. Sometimes God himself is standing in front of you and you may not realize it. Sometimes your biggest supporter is standing in front of you and you may not realize it. Why? Because you are blinded by the wrong people. Because you are taken up by the wrong people. Because you are contaminated by the wrong people. And so many of times people treat good people badly. So many of times people treat their biggest supporters badly. So many of times people use each other rather than value each other. And Hanumanji, he did not realize that was Shri Ram in front of him. And he started to apologize. He started to beg for forgiveness. And Shri Ram, hearing the words of Hanumanji, he lifted him up. And you know what Shri Ram did? He embraced him. He embraced him, and the tears of Hanumanji is falling on the skin of Prabhu Shri Ram. And Hanumanji, being embraced by that Lord, he cannot control the tears coming from his eyes. My dear devotees, I ask you tonight, how many of you fail to realize the people in your life? How many of you fail to acknowledge the people in your life until it is too late? I always say this in majority of my satsangs. It's like a tape recorder at this point in time. Value your loved ones, Cherish your loved ones, If you have a friend in your life who is truly there for you, value them. Don't throw them away for a friend who isn't worth 2 pennies. Don't get rid of the good people in your life for a person who may not be worth it. And many of times I understand that you may not know who is worth it or not. But let me tell you this. Actions speak louder than words. And when you are interacting with people whose words don't match their actions, march out. When you are interacting with people whose words don't match their actions and whose actions don't match their words, you know something is wrong. You know something is wrong. Only surround yourself with people who say what it is they want to do what it is they want to do, mean what it is they are saying. Don't take the lip service that people give. And in today's world, lip service is very, very dangerous. Many people talk and they say things that you would like to hear, but their actions are completely different. Hanumanji and Shri Ram embracing each other. Hanumanji, he starts to express his love. He starts to express his gratitude for Prabhu Shri Ram. And expressing his love, expressing his gratitude, he says, Prabhu, you are in search of Sita Devi, who you have just explained has been taken from you. I want to introduce you to somebody. Shri Ram, allow me to introduce you to my friend by the name of Sugriv. Sugriv, right now, he is living on the Rishimukh mountain, living in fear from his brother. They are fighting a war. Shri Ram, I want you to become friends with Sugriv because he will be able to send the monkeys in all different directions to tell you where Sita Devi has disappeared. And Shri Ram, you will also be able to help him. Let us form a friendship with Sugriv and let us see how we can walk together and build each other up. And that is what friendship is about as well. The exact words of Hanumanji, let me introduce you to Sugriv and let us see how we can walk together and help each other. That is what true friendship is about. True friendship is about coming together, loving each other, supporting each other, building each other, uplifting each other, motivating each other, inspiring each other. And if the friends in your life don't build you, motivate you, inspire you, encourage you, then march out. Detach yourself. Because in today's society, there are too many people draining our energy. Too many of you sitting here tonight, you are wasting your time and energy on people who are not worth even a second in your life. Shri Ram, hearing the words of Hanumanji, he decides he would give his time, he would give his energy to Hanuman, because again, he trusted him. Friendship, the foundation, starts from trust. Just as how Sugriv trusted him, Shri Ram trusted him, and he said, Hanuman, if you wish for me to meet your friend Sugriv, I will meet this friend of yours. And Sugriv, my dear devotees, looking on from the distance, he is waiting for the signal. He is waiting for the signal if to run or if to remain. And you know the signal that Sugriv gives him, that Hanuman gives to Sugriv? Anybody know the signal that Hanuman gave to Sugriv? The signal that Hanumanji gave to Sugriv, he took Shri Ram and he took Lakshman and he placed them on their shoulders. And the moment Sugriv saw that Hanumanji placed these two individuals on his shoulders, Sugriv got the signal that these individuals are not enemies, but these individuals can be allies. Sugriv had so much trust in Hanuman that Hanuman will not bring somebody who is not good in his life. Sugriv had so much trust in Hanuman that he believed that Hanuman would only bring good company around him. And that's another crucial point in your life and in my life. Make sure your friends don't bring people who are toxic into your life. Make sure your friends interact with good company and they involve you with good company. Because sometimes your friend may bring a horrible person, a person that is negative into your life, and that negative person entering into your life can disrupt everything. So be careful who it is your friends bring into your life. Be careful who it is you allow into your circle. And Sugriv, he was looking for the signal to run, but instead he saw the signal to remain. Hanumanji, placing Shri Ram and Lakshman on his shoulders, he goes to the top where Sugriv is, and the moment he arrives there, he introduces Sugriv to Shri Ram. He introduces Sugriv to Lakshman, and the moment Shri Ram is introduced to Sugriv, a doubt comes into the mind of Sugriv. And the moment Sugriv saw Shri Ram, he said to himself, I wonder if Shri Ram will accept me as a friend. Now remember, Sugriv is a monkey, Shri Ram is God. And that is why the doubt came in. Will Shri Ram, who is Bhagwan, who is Man, ever accept me, who is a Kapi, as a friend? And this doubt came into the mind of Sugriv. He wanted to know, I wonder if Hanumanji is actually bringing them to genuinely be my friends or not. And the moment Sugriv had this doubt entered into his mind, it is said Hanumanji, introducing them properly, Shri Ram, he goes up to Sugriv, and you know what Shri Ram does? With Sugriv having this doubt in his mind, I wonder if Shri Ram will truly be my friend and accept me as a friend. With that doubt in his mind, Shri Ram, he walks up to Sugriv and he embraces him. He hugs him. And the moment Shri Ram hugs him, the doubt clears immediately from the mind of Sugriv. Shri Ram never met him before. They never spoke to each other before. And their first meeting was Shri Ram, who is Bhagwan, embracing Sugriv, a Kapi. The moment that hug was given, it is said Hanumanji, he ignited the fire. And invoking that fire, he started to explain the situation to Sugriv and to Shri Ram. And they started to share the problems they were facing. Sugriv explained to Shri Ram the dilemma he's facing with Bali. And Shri Ram explained to Sugriv the dilemma he's facing in finding Sita Ma. And both Shri Ram and Sugriv, now becoming friends, they started to share their problems and their troubles with each other. They started to speak to one another and share the little secrets, their little doubt, their little fears, their little worries with one another. As Hanumanji, he sits there having that fire ignited, as that friendship between Shri Ram, between Hanuman, between Lakshman and Sugriv came solid. Sharing their problems, sharing the difficulties they are facing, Sugriv said, Prabhu, indeed, I will help you. I will send the monkeys in the different directions to find where Sita Devi has gone. And Shri Ram says, I will also help you. This brother of yours that is causing so much problems, I will take care of that situation. And coming together, forming that friendship, helping each other, building each other, lifting each other. It is said, Shri Ram, Sugriv, Hanuman and Lakshman, they had a friendship that was strengthened, a friendship that was built by the blessings of that fire, a friendship that would last. Not just basic, not just close, not just once upon a time, not just best, but a friendship that would be a long-lasting friendship. My dear devotees, in your life and in my life, we all wish to have one person who we can count on and one person who we can trust. And as we have come to the end of our beautiful Katha tonight, I want to leave you with something. And I want you to remember this. F-R-I-E-N-D. The F in friend stands for fight. The friend that you have in your life must be a friend who is willing to fight for you. Meaning, your friend should not give up on you in your time of darkness. Your friend should not give up on you when they hear something bad about you on the outside. But they should fight for you, they should believe in you, they should trust in you. And they should stand with you on the battlefield of life and deal with whatever troubles it is that you may need to deal with. You cannot win the wars of life alone. You must have somebody standing there with you, even if it is just to give you a little motivation and an inspiration. So make sure the friends you have in your life are fighters. They fight for you and they fight side by side with you. The R in friend stands for respect. Make sure your friend is a person who respects you and a person who you can respect. Make sure that that friend respects your choices, respects your decisions, respects you when you are unsure about something. Make sure that that friend doesn't laugh at you, doesn't judge you, doesn't condemn you, but make sure they believe in you and they respect you enough to understand things from your perspective. They respect you enough to trust in you and believe in you and to appreciate the things that you may not be comfortable with at points in time. So F stands for fight. R stands for respect. The I in friend stands for include. Make sure your friend is somebody who includes you and never excludes you. Make sure the person who you call your best friend is somebody who feels comfortable having you around and you feel comfortable being around. Make sure that that relationship isn't fake, where you're just friends for convenience, where you're just friends for a certain reason, but make sure you're able to include each other in decisions, include each other in good moments and in bad moments. Never exclude them, never treat them like they are not worth it. The E in friend stands for encourage. Ensure that your friend encourages you to be a better person. Ensure that your friend encourages you to stand up against the adversities of life. Ensure that your friend motivates you. Ensure that your friend builds you up and encourages you to be brave and to be fearless in this cruel world. Never have a friend that does the opposite of encourage, which is discourage. Never have a friend that tries to demotivate you. Never have a friend that tries to put doubt in your mind, but have people in your life who encourages you to be better than you were yesterday. The N in friend stands for never. A true friend will never lie to you. A true friend will never backstab you. A true friend will never betray you. A true friend will never go behind your back and do something that can hurt you. A true friend will never stand for nonsense. A true friend will never stand for your name being tarnished. A true friend will hear your name being tarnished and protect you even in your absence. A true friend will not only be true in front of your face, but they will be true behind your back. A true friend will never turn their back on you. And the D in friend stands for devoted. Make sure that the friend who you have in your life is devoted. Not only devoted to God, but devoted to their parents, devoted to be their children, devoted to be their siblings, devoted to be their dulaha, devoted to be their dulahin, devoted to be their loved ones, devoted to something in your life and something in their life. Don't have friends who are not devoted to anything, because if you have a friend who isn't devoted to anything, then they definitely ain't devoted to you. So have a friend who has some sort of moral compass where they are devoted, if not to Bhagwan, but they are devoted to the people in their lives. And that is what a friend is. A friend is a fighter. A friend is somebody who will respect you. A friend is somebody who will include you. A friend is somebody who will encourage you. A friend is somebody who will never betray you and turn their back on you. And a friend is somebody who is devoted, if not to you alone, but to the people in his life, be it his parents, be it his children, be it their loved ones. Devoted to the friendship. Values the friendship so much that they will not do anything to have that friendship. destroyed. And this is Shri Ram, this is Lakshman, this is Hanumanji, and this is Sugriv. The friendship that they formed by building each other, trusting each other, loving each other, encouraging each other, fighting for each other. And for those of you that know the Ramayana and the rest of it, you know how much Hanumanji fought for Shri Ram. You know how much Hanumanji respected Shri Ram. You know how much Shri Ram included Hanuman. You know how much times they encouraged one another. You know how Hanumanji never disappointed. And you know how Hanumanji was devoted to him. Have a friend like Hanumanji in your life and you will never walk on this battlefield alone.